Hello, family and friends. This is the Bearded Brother. And in this episode today, we are going to do one thing that everybody likes or doesn't like to do, and that is an oil change. So, for a while now, on my little message square, I would call it, there's a little screen there on my dash in the truck that tells me I need to do an oil change. So check this out. Let's see if we can bring this up on the dash for you so you can see what it looks like. Might have to start the truck here, so here we go. Yep, see right there. It says oil change. And then it's gonna switch views here. Maybe. Well, anyways, it's going to be an oil change today. I'm going to take you through the steps, and what I find is easy and necessary to have for an oil change. Alright, step one. You want to pop this little lever here. That's going to be for your hood. I already got it open. Got the hood open here. And then you want to locate the filler neck. Now, what's nice about these old GM, Chevy, GMC trucks and other models from that manufacturer is that they have the specific oil that you need on there, which is a great help whenever you're going to any auto parts store trying to do this yourself, which I'm going to be doing myself, obviously. And that is just a lifesaver. It is great to have it on there. It's easy to identify, and we're just going to go ahead and take that off of there. All right, now that we got that popped open, we are going to go to the next step. Now, there's a few things that I usually have with me, and that is for the oil filter. See the filter here. You have this device here which can take that off, and this is my favorite. I picked this up a few years ago. Best thing, it gets into tight spots, it really grabs on there. You got the teeth there, it's perfect for that. And then to get the nuts off on the pan, you got yourself a nice set here. Always good to have gloves. And also, I was trying to show up on the dash there that I need to fill my washer fluid. Great quality stuff here. Rain-X 2-in-1 for all seasons. It is perfect. It'll definitely help your visibility whenever you use it. My preference, because I just have been using it ever since I've been changing oil myself, is Castrol. Castrol is a great product. It comes in the conventional and the full synthetic. Today we're going to be using the full synthetic, and that is the 5W30. Also have some wipes on hand, and I'm also going to be changing the engine air filter. All right, let's get under the vehicle. All right, scratch that, reverse it. I forgot that funnels are a great thing to have, because you really don't want to be cleaning up oil all up and down in here everywhere. It just keeps it nice and clean. Definitely number one thing to have is funnel, because you want to keep your motor clean. You don't want to have any weird smells and things like that when it's running, so when you have your windows down you think something's wrong. So always have a funnel. Good thing to have. And here we go. We're going under. Well, obviously I'm not under the truck here. I've discovered that just because my garage is so close, the floor of it, to the cab, I was going to use my ramps here. And I was hoping with these ramps that you stick up underneath the wheels to pop it up, that I could fit that in here. But it ain't gonna happen with that hood open. It's just too close to the garage door. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna do it in the driveway. All right, be right back. All right, truck's running. See, I got the ramps in place. there. And whenever you put a vehicle up on ramps or any kind of inclination, it's always good to have chocks. These are great rubber chocks. You can find these at any auto parts store, Harbor Freight. Can't beat them because they're heavy rubber, you get good traction, vehicle won't slip. Alright, now that the vehicle is up on the ramps, take these bad boys and stick them underneath there. Sometimes you can kick them, sometimes you tap them in. Just stick that right there. This ensures that it won't roll back on you. Alright, now that we're finally underneath here, sorry about the leaves, they're going to make a crunchy sound, but now that we're underneath here, what we're going to do is go ahead and pop the oil pan nut. Now, for my specific vehicle, which is a 2002 Chevy Silverado, I have this socket right here, which is a 15 millimeter. All right, here we go. You always want to make sure you got that little tab on the wrench going the right way and that you got your pan ready. Let's go back a little bit because sometimes it can spray out quite a bit. So here we go. Man, it's being a small ditch today. Come on, baby. There we go. Woo! She was on there. All right. Always want to be out of the way. Safety first. Wear glasses. Always want to be out of the way. And once you get it loose enough, you can start seeing it seep out. Get that. Well, that thing's just going to come with it. All right, here comes. And sometimes it's hot still, so you want to make sure that you're out of the way when this thing pops down. Ready? Just slowly comes out. Now this is a newer motor, has about 90,000 miles on it. There it goes. Give or take a few more miles. Let that steady stream in there. And I didn't drop it. All right. All right, after that little shimmy, to get to a better view, it's still dripping behind me. One thing that's nice about certain drain plugs for the oil pan, it has a little magnetic pickup there on the end. See, this is definitely a used motor because it's all nice and dark. So I'm going to get a rag and clean it up. All right, got this thing all cleaned up. Gonna switch her around here. She's still dripping a little bit. See that right there? And we're just going to go ahead and put her back in there. She's drained out enough. All right, I'm going to tighten that up a little bit. Now, I'm going to come for the fun part. You see that white thing up in there? That's the filter. And what I'm going to do, try and keep my tripod steady, is I'm going to wrench that thing off there. As soon as I get them up. All right. See, that's why it's nice to have pliers as soon as they don't get stuck. There we go. Pliers, getting those tight to reach spots. and the filter comes loose. Yeah. You can already see oil dripping from it a little bit. Might have punctured a hole in this. These things are great. So now it's loose enough. And the drain plug is back in. I'm going to scoot this closer here because oil does come out. For those that don't know. See, there it is. This is the fun part. Oh yeah, look at that. That's like a dark beer. Yeah. Oh yeah, here it comes all over the place. Let that seep a little bit. And then we're just going to unscrew the rest of it. Now, it is full of oil, so you want to be careful not to drop it all on yourself. Just little bit by little bit. It'll come off. There it is. And then you tip it upside down so it drains out. And I will be right back for the next step. Alright, and for my next trick, to preload the oil filter. Now what that means is that you don't have any startup issues once you do your oil change. Take this plastic off, which is usually better without gloves on. And wait for it, wait for it. And they really seal these things, of course. It doesn't help I'm wearing gloves, so I can't get my fingernails up in there. Alright. You got the filter. Take a little bit of your oil and you want to fill it up. Now it will be absorbed by the filter media a little bit, so you got to watch it closely. You looking? Can you see it? Pour it slowly because that thing is going to be full. And it keeps absorbing. Alright, there it goes to top. You can see the oil in there, and also you dab a little bit from your finger and you rub it around there so that gets a good seal. Alright, we'll put it on. Alright, a good thing to do before you finish up underneath here is clean all around the surfaces that have had oil, so that way when you start your vehicle after filling, you can definitely notice if you have any problems. So I'm just taking a rag and wiping around all the surfaces, make sure it's clean. That way I can notice any spots that might be leaking. Alright. Now, I'm going to show you all up in there is where I'm going to be putting the filter. See how it's clean? You can clearly see that clear ring on there. I'm going to be taking that socket off after I'm done. We're going to put it on. So, here comes the new filter. It is full of oil. That way there won't be any problems starting up. And usually it just screws right on there. You want to be very gentle so you don't cross-thread these things, because it's a pain in the butt when it's cross-threaded. You won't ever be able to get another filter on there. That could be expensive, could not be. Getting that threaded on there after it's damaged. So usually you just tighten this with your hand, and that's good. Yeah, get that as tight as you can. And since I'm down here, I'm going to put this nut back on and tighten it up, because we're pretty much done down here. Alright, so the rule of thumb, if everybody wants to talk about torque specs and all that stuff, is I've found out over the year, if you use two fingers, and if you can't tighten it anymore with two fingers so you don't damage the threads, then it's tight. See? Alright, now let's go back up top. All right, now for the last little bit. What we're gonna do is we're gonna take this jug, put the funnel in there, and we're gonna fill her up. All right. That's why you have a funnel. Oh, no you don't. See what I mean? Even a funnel can't save you from the horrors of oil all over your motor. Bad bearded brother, bad bearded brother. I'll have to get a rag and clean that up. Make sure all that goodness goes in there. All of it. All of it. Let that sit in there for a little bit. Drain all the goodness in there. And I'll be right back up after these few cleanups. That just goes to show you that nobody is perfect. As much as we prepare and make sure everything goes smoothly, you still have accidents. All right, hold on. Here we go. We're going to go underneath. And we're going to make sure that we don't have any immediate drips from the filter or the drain plug. Now, obviously, you can still see that I'm on the ramps and that I was just way too close to the garage door open, and I just spilled oil. And gonna roll her back real quick, clean up the rest of the residue so you don't get that funky smell so much, and we'll finish up. Be right back. All right, I'm back. I did have to turn the motor on. I had enough fluid in there so that it would be safe and it wouldn't ruin anything internally, just to get her off the ramps. I'm going to let her sit a little bit, and then I'm going to check the dipstick to make sure that I fill it to the proper level, and I'll show you how to do that in just a moment. All right, I think she's set long enough. Now what you want to do is you're pulling it out, and what I typically do is wipe it as I'm pulling out, so that way I don't drip any more oils on the motor. All right, see how that's clean, and you got these notches in there. Now, from what I understand, I could be wrong, because obviously on here it's in small print, it's printed on the stick here, it says see owner's manual. As far as specifically for these holes, I believe that's showing quartz. Could be wrong. Drop a comment in below if I'm right or wrong. But from what I understand, the holes mean that you're either like that many quarts low. So you stick it back in, all the way back in there. Count to 1 1000, 2 1000, 3 1000. That way the oil gets all over that dipstick, and you want to hold it and then take a look and flip it to the other side so you can get a good accurate reading. All right, and we're gonna put some more oil in there. So pop the cap open, put your funnel, no spills, and I'm going to dump the rest of this in there, and then we're going to take another reading with the dipstick. Ta-da! No. Let that drain in there. Get your rag. And just catch the oil from below so you don't drip it on anything. Make sure everything's good again. cap on and take another reading. Where are you? I know you're in there. There you are. Alright, same thing. You wipe it, and then you stick it. Yeah. Count to about 3, that way a good coating of oil gets on there. And see where you're at. I think we're in good shape. All right, on to the next step. Be right back. All right, those that you've been following me so far through this video, I greatly appreciate it. I'm going to shoot this real quick, so this is going to be some quick segments of me changing the engine air filter. Be right back. All right, here we go. I'm going to be using a square head and trying not to lose my bit here. Flip this thing around. There's 4 screws, and they're going to come out right like so. Alright, got the 4 nuts out without dropping them. Now we're going to take this off and put in the new filter. Alright, out with the old, in with the new. And then you just put the screws back in. Alright, well that's all I'm going to do for today's video. I certainly appreciate everybody watching. If you like what you've seen so far, be more than welcome to hit that subscribe button and turn on that bell for notifications for my next videos. I will do my best. We're all human. Things get in the way, work, life, all that good stuff. I will try and post 1 video each week. And don't hold me on it, because like I said, nobody's perfect. But I certainly appreciate y'all watching today. I hope you have a great day.